You're still watching NTV at 1. Now, arcade traders have appealed to the government to reopen their buildings for business. They argue that some of the traders who have poured out on the streets to trade pose an even greater risk than those operating from inside the arcades. Well, to speak to us about this and more, we have Mr. Dennis Matovu, who is the spokesman, Kampala New Creation Traders. Welcome to NTV at 1.
Right.
First and foremost, the talk of the traders who are pouring on the streets posing a greater risk, what does that mean? What do you also believe that they too actually pose a bigger risk than those operating inside?
Well, with great concern, we have realized that we have been greatly affected by this pandemic. Actually, traders at the moment, they have no money in their pockets. All the money that had gone with is used up. So people have been forced to pull out stock from their stores and putting them in their private cars to get a living. Yeah.
So how does that pose a risk to the spread of COVID-19?
Actually, to my own concern, many people around town, and right away at the moment, we are facing a challenge that many people are spreading along the streets. They are carrying on business along the streets, hence causing congestion on the road. So we appeal to the government to please come up with a reasonable solution for the arcades to be opened, as we also appeal to the landlords also to think about our appeal and forego this rent so that we resume business to normal.
All right. We've also seen that you've been calling a lot on arcade owners, especially Drake and Younger,
yes,
saying that you will not pay their rent. Why is this so, and why these two in particular?
Basically, in Kampala, we have landlords of different attitudes. Some landlords have reached an extent of waiving off the rent. As I'm speaking now, 50% of the city landlords have waived off, have foregone the rent along the shopping malls, along the arcades. But some of those two people, Tycoon, Drake Lubega, and Manisul Younger, and other few, they are still sticking on the point that they need to collect the money. But the reason is, what is visible is, people are not working. We rented shops to carry on business, but at the moment we are seated at home, trying to follow the Ministry of Health measures, because we are told by the government to stay home and close our malls. So I don't see any reason why they need to collect money from the closed shops. Physically, the shops are closed, business is down. Why should someone ask for rent? And why should it be carried as a debt?
In fact, talking about the debt and paying rent, we would like to hear from you as an association. Do you provide tenants with a provision just in case or an emergency happens? Like we know now it is an emergency for most of the arcade traders. Do you have a provision for them? Yeah.
Let me take this opportunity also to appeal to the city traders that, considering the president's appeal, because His Excellency has been coming out trying to show us what to do. Recently he said, if you are renting a shop with high money, why don't you look for a place where you can carry on business with cheap costs? So at the moment we got an offer from one business tycoon, and he opened up a new mall in Chisenyi along Nabagereka Road. So the shops are at a reasonable cost. So whoever feels can bypass and see if there is an offer or an opportunity. I think that is also an opportunity.
Well, maybe has this period of the COVID-19 sort of given you an eye-opener to see that you need to put a provision within the agreements that you do, that in the event there is an emergency, then maybe tenants shouldn't pay rent, or maybe they should pay less or something like that. What has this period actually taught you to do in the future?
Basically, indeed, I've got a great challenge. It has been a very, very, very good lesson to me. Indeed, COVID-19 is going to change all people around the world, not only me. It has been a great lesson around, and we hope it is high time we started getting tenants agreements from the city landlords, because along the way we have been paying rent without tenants agreements, keeping the faith in our city landlords. But it is not written anywhere that if we spend like 3 months closed, there's no way how we shouldn't be paying rent.
Okay.
But at the moment, we are appealing to all city landlords to look into this as a donation. Let them donate to us, back to us, because we have been there since they built the buildings. It's along the way around 20 to 25 years. So we should appeal to the landlords. Please, our beloved landlords, look at us. We don't have the money. We are not working. We would think you would focus more on the life after COVID, so that we resume to work and work normally.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Dennis Matovu, for coming to our studios
Thank
today.
you.
We do hope the arcade owners are actually watching you tonight, and all
Yes,
the
of course.
issues watching you today, and all the issues that you have can be resolved as soon as possible. We are now going to take a short break, but NTV at 1 will return shortly, so do not go away.